Hi, Pejman here, and today we're going to continue our discussion about aggregation. Last time we talked about the basics of things: sum, min, max, average, and count. And we did it without any other field. In other words, we didn't do this type of aggregation by another field. And today we're going to do that. Bear with me. Okay, I'm creating a new SQL script, and I'm bringing my select from the single table that I have, and the fields that I'm interested in is reported date and a confirmed positive. I'm bringing them. Oops, sorry. Confirmed positive, and let's make them formatted. Okay. So reported date and number of confirmed positive cases per day. And now I want to do this aggregation like that. Total number of cases, positive confirmed cases per month, right? The numbers that we have here, it's per day. I don't want it, right? I want month. And to do that, we should have a field that represents the month, and we don't have it. So first we should create it, right? And to create that, I'm going to use a string function. And I've talked about this string function in another video. I'm going to put the link down there in the comment section. And you can, if you're not familiar with this string function that I'm going to use it, please refer to that one. Okay, so to extract the month section of this string field, which is like a date field, I'm going to use left function. So I'm going to use reported date, and I'm going to take out these characters that are representing the month, right? So for example, we have 2020-07-10, and I want 2020-07. So 4 plus 1 plus 2 characters, 7 characters, right? And I'm going to call this field, say what, year and month. Oops, right? Let's do it. Control Enter, and good. So you see, when month changes, of course, this one changes too. So we have a series of similar fields here, similar values in this field here, and we want to aggregate this number based on the new field, right? So I'm going to get rid of this one, the first one, because if I keep it, then the aggregation would be based on that one too, and I don't want it. Okay, delete. Now I have year and month, and we have confirmed positive. Let's run it again. Okay, so as mentioned in our last video, it's going to be sum, right? So here I'm going to name it monthly confirmed positive cases. It's a big name, but it's fine. Okay, and I'm going to run it, but it gives me an error. Why? Because I'm using an aggregated function, sum, right? based on nothing, right? So when we are using an aggregated function with another field, that field should be either another aggregation field, or we should tell SQL Server that I'm going to sum this one, the second field, based on the first field, right? And by that, I'm going to use this from mhi.covid and then group by. This is the magic word. Is it one word? No, it's not. 2 words. Anyway, magic term. So group by, I should bring the whole thing, right? And I'm bringing that. So let's do it. It worked. So you see, it's bringing me the total number of confirmed positive cases for each month. So practically this one is not a month. I told you it's a string, but anyway, it's working like a month, right? And it's enough for us. So we're seeing the total number of cases of this one. It was nice, right? So it's not just this one. We can bring all other things that we learned on our last session here. So instead of sum, we can bring min2. Min tells us that for each month, what was the minimum number of confirmed positive cases, right? So we had several days, right, for each month, and we want to know that what was in each of these this series of dates, which was the minimum number of confirmed cases, right? So I'm bringing, oops, my bad, confirm positive as min cases. Okay, I'm skipping that long name and I'm writing that again. See? So we have 2 aggregated functions here. The first one is telling us the total number of cases in that month. So for example, in March 2021, we had total number of 400,000 positive cases with minimum of 10,000. So there we had a day with just 10,000 cases, and that's the minimum number. And this with the same thing, with the same logic or rationale, we can do this. Maximum confirmed positive as max cases. So this one tells us about the day with the maximum number of cases, right? So for example, I'm reading this to you, I'm translating this to you for you. In December 2020, we had total number of cases of 400, around 500,000. And on that month, December 2020, we had a day with 21,000 cases. And the day with least number of cases had 14,000 cases, right? Of course, I can bring another one. Average. I can ask SQL Server to tell me about average number of cases during that month. Average cases, and I'm running that. See? So don't be confused, please, because this one is bringing me numbers after point, right? It's not getting rounded. We should do it later in our next sessions. I'll show you how you can do that. But anyway, so for, say, in September 2022, we had 390,000 cases. The least amount, daily amount was 12,000, and we had 14.7 thousand cases in a day. That was the biggest day. And on average, we had 13,000 cases. And this one is useless because we know number of days in month, but just as to be, just to bring all the functions, aggregation functions that we learned, I'm bringing this count as average, number of days in a month, right? So it shows us that for each of these months, how many days we had, or at least how many days of data that we have in this table. So you see here in February 2020, so we have just 24 rows. It's not about number of days in February, right? Because in our table, we had just 24 days. See? I hope it was helpful for you. So have fun and happy coding.